shoot, I said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this powerful Tuesday, on this Black History Month, I want to tell you, I want to thank you all for showing back up to the channel. Back up to the channel, to an Xbox channel. If you're a fan of Xbox, then you're a fan of the King, because I drop videos daily, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is not AI. That is very important, because going forward, a lot of your channels, you don't know if they're AI or not. Now, I have long suspected a couple of channels that don't show their face. It's just purely AI channels, AI voice, yada, 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 everything that goes into it. Well, Sony leans heavily into that, and we're going to talk about that today. We're going to highlight some Black content creators, and we're going to get into all the stuff that Xbox has done. Xbox has done something that I didn't think they were able to do, or were going to do, or were capable of doing. Well, that's a lie, because I knew they was capable of it, but were they going to do it? I don't know. Sometimes when it comes to spending money, sometimes people get short hands, right? Alligator hands. They go on alligator hands. Well, they didn't get alligator hands here. And Pearl Abyss has a lot to say when it comes to Xbox and Play Anywhere. Let's get into these subjects. As a Black man, during Black History Month, it's a time for reflection for me. Being 53, I've lived a long period of time, and I observed a lot. I got a chance to witness a lot of great Black entrepreneurs and great Black inventors in my time. And there were a ton before my time. But one who impacts me the most is Mr. Jerry Larson. And he is the inventor, the father of the video game cartridge. With the Channel F console, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be blowing into cartridges for Nintendo. This man fundamentally impacted how our video games was delivered to us, and birthed the industry that allows me to this day a ton of joy. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your contribution to our wonderful medium, because without you, we don't go as far as we have today. If you didn't know, February is a good month for a lot of games that is entering Game Pass, be it the premium, ultimate, or standard. Those games, you could say, are really, for me, they're really decent. Now, you have some real outstanding titles that are entering the system, and I want to highlight a couple of those titles, right? Again, available today is Final Fantasy II. If you didn't get a chance to play it, then, hey, jump inside, right? Last month, I believe, was Final Fantasy I. Final Fantasy II. I think Final Fantasy II, see, because I was playing the imports, the Japanese imports of Final Fantasy, so I got to find out which one implemented the job system. That was the one I liked the most, and I think that was 3 that was in Japan, but I think 3 could be 2 here, so this could be the one for me. You got Like a Dragon, Pirate, Yakuza, and Hawaii. Again, one of those outstanding titles that like Cog and them guys like. I'm not on the bandwagon of the Yakuza stuff, so really pretty much going to be like, no for me. But also Madden 26. Now I didn't get a chance to play Madden, but the Super Bowl is about to come up, and for those individuals that are into football, maybe this might be a title for you. And that's on the 5th. You have High on Life 2. Now, that is the one I'm looking forward the most to in February. February 13th will allow me to jump into a game that I love the first time, the first one, and jump back into it, the part 2, on the 13th. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora has had a lot of updates and makeovers. So this game has actually changed completely from its initial offering. So that's one of the titles that you may want to jump into. And Kingdom Come Deliverance. I can't stress this more. Warhorse Studios had delivered a phenomenal game. Jump into it, check it out, see if that RPG fits you. But again, those are just a couple of titles for February for Game Pass. Remember, Game Pass or bust, baby. I'm here to play some Game Pass. For those people that are thinking the Division Definitive Edition was a lie, it was fake, it was vaporware, well, it's real. And it launches today. But it's not a remaster. So it's just the same game with some upgrades to it. So it's available today to buy for $50, and it looks as though that the definitive edition is just a bundle of everything released for the Division 1, at least going off of Ubisoft's description of its release. The DLCs included is expansion 1 through 3, The Underground Survival and The Last Stand. As the description above mentions, owners will get a bunch of extra cosmetics as well. There's no mention of any change to the technical makeup of the game. So all this definitive edition appears to be is the final bundle of Ubisoft's 2016 shooter, unless we get a surprise patch to accompany this release. Listen, they could have put Division 2 in this bundle. I don't know, man. The Division already runs at 60 frames per second on the Series X, and that's the Series consoles, providing a smoother experience than the game's original last-gen counterpart. The game itself is okay, but you already have 2. I don't even understand what this was for. It's these reasons alone that people want Eve's gone from the Gilmore family, from Ubisoft. This is just a terrible business decision. Now, we all know NetEase for Marvel Rivals. At least I do, right? And you would be, what can I say, forgiven if you thought anything other than that for NetEase or routers, right? That's the only thing else I know NetEase for. But apparently, NetEase and Xbox has announced a major Xbox PC partnership for China. The UU Accelerator officially integrated into the Xbox PC app. Xbox has confirmed a deeper partnership with NetEase, integrating the UU Accelerator directly into the Xbox PC app to improve online connection stability for players in China. So if you happen to live in China and you love Xbox, well, by integrating the service directly into the Xbox PC app, Microsoft is reducing the need for players to manually manage third-party tools to stabilize their connection. As far as I'm aware, this marks the first time a major platform holder has offered this type of network acceleration as a built-in feature at the app level. Xbox values China when it comes to its gamers. Remember, for Xbox to go global, that Xbox PC app must be stable all across the world. And Microsoft and Xbox is making sure that that thing is a reality. Now, I stumbled upon this new content creator, new black content creator in the space, and I'm making my business in the month of February, and not just the month of February, but I'm going to make a conscious effort to find new black content creators and try to highlight them for Black History Month. And I found the Matthew Gordon project. Now, he started off, and yeah, I'm biased, of course, because he said something that I find interesting, and I want you to hear in his own words.
Okay. Can someone tell me why this is getting so much hate? I don't get it. Everywhere I go, dude, just get a Steam Deck. Dude, like, dude, get a Steam Deck. Dude, like, yo, no, no. What is wrong with this? Tell me something that's wrong with this. The software, BS. Windows full screen experience is in its early stages, and it has made me, who is a primarily console gamer, a lot more PC oriented since, right? Like, honestly, because of that, because it's fine. You turn it on, it loads up, you jump into a game.
What he's saying is everything that I said when I got it. I didn't understand the level of hate and scrutiny that it was receiving, but he points to something, and then I'll talk about it.
And then if you want, you can just use it the PC way anyways. So I don't understand the problem. Like when people say, oh, updates this, updates that. Listen, if I get updates on these things, I ignore it half the time. Maybe before I clock out or go to bed, I upload. I mean, I do the update. It's never interfered. I've never had this thing stop midway for an update. I just get a pop-up. Yo, update this thing. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And if I want to, I'll stop and I'll update it. If not, then fine. Yes, I have to restart the device afterwards. So, like, I don't understand the hate. I really don't. And the thing is that it's like, there was a previous model of this thing that didn't have this little, where's the button? That didn't have this little button. And I don't remember anybody complaining. All they just said was, gaming on Windows is not really the greatest, but, it's kind of, it's a little frustrating, but, performance and everything is dope. That's what I remember with the regular ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X. I remember people would say, yeah, trying to use Windows 11 with a touchscreen can be frustrating. That was the narrative. It can be frustrating, and it is. But now, like the amount of hate I'm hearing on the Windows full screen experience, I don't understand it. They're like, oh, go Steam OS. Steam OS is console.
And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. It's the fact of the matter is this. If you look at my comment section, if you come to my comment section, the level of hate that is given to Xbox content creators, anybody that chooses an Xbox product, is ungodly. It is kind of sickening to the point that what I don't understand is why are people so against your fun, your habit, your hobby? And just because you don't choose what they like or what they love or what the crowd goes with, and you choose to have your own mind and go do something else and like something else, the level of being vilified and hated on your product, yourself, your channel, your entity, your brand, whatever it is the wildest thing I will ever see. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can go check out his channel. You can watch the full video. And I say, give him a sub, man, because he has when I subbed to him, he had 56. Get over there, man. Sub to him, man. Show him some love, man. Just get him to monetization at least. Let's get him to 1,000 subs and let's see. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he has other great content that he wants to deliver to us, and I'm gonna make sure that he stays in my algorithm. Now, it's that time of year again when baseball is about to get into kicking into high gear. And if you happen to be a baseball head, well, MLB The Show, I guess, is the game to get, right? So MLB The Show 26 shows gameplay, and it revealed a ton of stuff. The new features coming this year include expanded amateur years, the World Baseball Classic Tournament, and more. I actually love all the fun that they put into it. And when we was at the Tokyo Dome in Japan last year, we got a chance to see how much the Japanese crowds love their baseball, and it's a different dynamic. The visitors section has a chanting section, and it is so incredible. They have cheers, they have chants, they are participating 100% of the game. It is not one aspect of the game where the crowd is quiet. They are all into it 100% of the time. It was something great to see. I'm not going to lie to you. It was an experience that I'm glad that I had, because at first I was like, oh, why do I want to go to a baseball game in another country? Well, you want to go to a baseball game in Japan. And the fact that you're able to play at the Tokyo Dome in this game is something that I think that is incredible. I think that, more aspects are, you should be able to explore more aspects. You have storylines like the Negro League and season 4, mini seasons overhaul, new reward programs and collections, and more live service updates for exciting challenges and experiences. The franchise, more realism and more control, new gameplay updates to show tech for more authentic on-field baseball experience. Big zone hitting is a new batting interface for players of all skill levels. Play all 3 stadiums included the Tokyo Dome, the Estrado Harem Bitram, I don't even know if I said that right, and the Japan Park. Bear down pitching gives you more control over the clutch situations. Hits per 9 innings, strikeouts per 9 innings, attributed to splits, pitch, repertoire, usage rate, reaction rating, attributes to fielders, left, right, forward, and back. Catch pop-up time attributed, plate coverage indicator, sensitivity slider for more control over your PCI. Man, this is crazy. Added over 500 new gameplay animations, more recaptured all knee down catcher animations, which include throwbacks, block balls, wild pitches, and more. That is an incredible amount of extras that they put into this year. And from all the video that you see right now, you can tell that they did a great job. This is the reason why I told you the attack on your individuality is at an all-time high, and Sony is leading the forefront in this space. If you're a content creator, you should be definitely afraid of this right here, what you're about to see. Because at the end of the day, especially if you're a Sony content creator, your time is pretty much up, right? Push Square puts out today that today is today in weird Sony patents. Don't try to brush it off, bro. AI generated podcast hosted by PlayStation characters. Now, on the surface, it may sound like something cute, something fun, something harmless. It is absolutely not that. Imagine having a podcast run by Kratos, talked by Kratos, and it's fully AI. Like all companies of its size and scope, Sony is in a habit of acquiring patents for a wide range of new concepts, some of them more sensible than others. One that has recently been discovered presents an idea of a bespoke gaming podcast generated by AI technology hosted by characters from games you've been playing. Using large language models, each user will be presented with a unique podcast that aims to inform them about news related to a platform that they're using and the games that they've been playing. For example, you might be informed about software updates and new DLC for the games, activities from your friends, and more. These podcasts could even be hosted by characters from your games, with potential for unusual crossovers. We suppose that there's some novelty in Kratos and Lara Croft having a conversation about new features in your console's latest firmware and updates. Let me explain. This is the part where the rails of control is lost. remember when I told you that the whole goal is for you to be locked in 100% of the time behind the television, the idiot box. That's what my grandmother called it, the idiot box. And for you to be locked in. Now imagine this, you have your console or your cloud gaming or whatever you're doing. And then a pop-up pops up and it's like, yo, you have a podcast about DLC that's coming out. And you click on that DLC, that podcast, and characters from the games that you love, Ratchet and Clank and Kratos, pop up, and they talk about the new God of War DLC and the new DLC for Ratchet and Clank. Well, that effectively will put money in Sony's pocket, more engagement in Sony's pocket, and again, subvert the content creators that are actually doing the work. This is diabolical. Remember when I was talking about Play Anywhere actually affects my purchasing? Based upon how I feel about Play Anywhere, I see that, if it says Play Anywhere, I'm going to get it because it's going to effectively help out when it comes to my games. Like, I get the chance to play it on my ROG. I get a chance to play it on my PC. I get a chance to play it on my Xbox. So Play Anywhere is a huge tactic into getting me to purchase from the Xbox ecosystem. Now, regardless to what, as a gamer, that's where I'm going to game. But it also affects my purchasing decisions. Now, one game that I was looking forward to purchasing, regardless to what, was Crimson Desert. Well, Crimson Desert has done something that's totally, like, I didn't expect this to happen, but Microsoft effectively attacked Play Anywhere with a AAA problem, right? And knocked it out the park, got rid of that problem that it was suffering from. Crimson Desert now officially listed as an Xbox Play Anywhere title for cloud, Xbox Cloud, PC, and the Series consoles on its store page. Crimson Desert is an upcoming adventure from Pearl Abyss, known for Black Desert MMORPG series. The game seems to be vast in scope, aerial flight mechanics, siege weapons, which are like melee, magical battles, atop of fantasy-soaked medieval plot. The game launches on March 19th, 2026. Crimson Desert, man, I didn't see this coming. And the fact that it hit like this is a ton of bricks, bro. This is what we want to see. Now, I want to thank each and every last one of you for making it this far in the video. This is the part where I start to expound on all the stuff that we talked about earlier on. Now, what I do know is Microsoft is going all out for this Xbox PC app. And I don't know what that truly means to me right now. I've been trying to dissect it to understand what their end goal is, right? A lot of times you get people that will tell you, well, King, they're drifting towards PC because their console market is dead. Well, they've transcended out of the console market in a large sense based upon being a third-party publisher, but also having a first-party platform. I already told you when Game Pass came out, that was the vehicle that they were trying to get you to, right? So they're going to show you variety. They're going to show you substance. They're going to show you what the value is when it comes to the platform. And the platform is everywhere. It isn't any lockdown situation. And I think people are struggling with that aspect of it, right? Well, because a lot of times if you're in a fight and the person that you think that you defeated does something that you feel is cheating, then you're going to be like, foul, he's cheated. So I think a lot of PlayStation guys felt that with Xbox consoles being on the decline and Microsoft and Xbox making the pivot, that they would just give up or concede. And that is frustrating them more than anything. So I see a lot of their hate and in their soul, and it seeps out to a part where it becomes really strange. I had to block a couple of people. One, Eternal the Gamer. I really had to get rid of him because it got to the point where it's become a kind of a concern of mine. Put it that way. Like if I would have to um, alert the authorities to the conversations being had in the chat. A weird individual. So I've like this borderline obsession when it comes to your platform. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't ever subscribe to that, especially as a person who has everything, but I choose Xbox. And what I've realized that a lot of times if you don't go with the crowd get mad at you and try to attack you for your choices. With PlayStation podcasts being under threat from Sony themselves, that allows you to know how much they don't value your contribution to their growth. And you could say that because it goes by word of mouth, right? And a lot of PlayStation podcasts talks to the casuals, the hive minds, the get along gang, as like I call them. And with PlayStation and Sony patenting AI generated content creators for podcasts, that's concerning to them because that leaves the door open for an attractive piece of monetization that Sony can inhabit. Think about it this way. Who would you listen to? Would you listen to, let's say Push Square had a channel and they had people that were talking about PlayStation? Or would you listen straight from Sony with Mark Cerny talking to Kratos? You understand what I'm saying? With that level of power and autonomy, and they're able to run it in the fashion that they're able to run it through their consoles, through their handhelds, through their cloud situation, that within itself is troublesome. It allows me to know that PlayStation is playing a different game, right? And it's a scary game. It's a scary game when it comes to everyone thinking that Sony is on their side. And last but not least, Obsidian. Obsidian understanding that they have to make games that are well within budget that are also making cash. They will continue in the Pillars of Eternity universe while continuing to make DLC and patches and stuff like that for Grounded 2, while also doing the DLC for the Outer Worlds 2. Hopefully that picks up. Obsidian understands when they look over at what Bethesda has done with Fallout, and they said, well, you know what? We can run some new assets, this, that, and the third. Run some same assets. And they don't have to change the exact locations. They can just jazz things up, fix things up, and give you more of what you initially have. Kind of what Bethesda is trying to do with the Fallout 76 version. Instead of making bigger worlds, they're trying to build from inward. I think Obsidian is looking at that when it comes to their titles. They want to make shorter titles. They don't, as far as cycles go, with taking their titles to third parties, as far as getting offshore work in order to offload a lot of those man hours to cut down the time of the development. With Eidos Interactive coming in and helping there, Crystal D, with them helping out there, I see them churning out at least 2 titles per calendar year. And that cadence will start soon, like pretty much recently. They're capable. They have the IPs, and I think they're building their portfolio to be a standout studio within the Xbox ecosystem and the Xbox brand. I've honestly felt that they were one of the pillars when it came to pushing Xbox and their games forward. But this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy the King on this powerful Tuesday. If you like anything you see here, like, follow, subscribe, share it out, tell a friend. I drop videos 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. Saturdays I go live, and a couple of y'all hit me in the DMs. That was Legendary Intel. He hit me, made sure he got me all that information. Friday, I'm packaging everything up. I'm shipping it out. Get at me if you want, members. This video is going up early for members. I want to thank all my members for being members, for contributing, and I want to say you guys are dope. I want you to go where gamers game. Hey, check it. You know what I did yesterday? To hell with that right there. And this has everything to do with that. It has everything to do with Game Pass. I played Indica yesterday, and I did not know. Okay, yeah, they said it was a nun. Okay, of course. But it's, heavily Christian, whatever. But the game is crazy. The game is completely different. My wife walked past and said, what are you playing? What's that? Why? What's going on? I said, this game, and I explained it to her. She said, wow. I was streaming it. Go check that game out, Indica. Oh my God. It is crazy. It is fun. It is different. It is different. Trust me. I want you to go with gamers game and win is win. And I want you to do what I try to do every day. I want you to try to play the Game Pass.
Now let me alone and piss off.
Play it day one with Game Pass.